Good evening. Welcome to the State of Business this evening on our TV, and I am Rukshi Paditharatna. Let's take a look at the headlines first. WHO Southeast Asia Regional Committee meeting ends in Colombo. Central Bank takes steps to further strengthen finance company regulations. Now the news in detail. World Health Organization's Southeast Asia Region's 69th Annual Committee meetings ended in Colombo today. The committee is WHO Southeast Asia region's highest decision-making body. It includes health ministers and senior health ministry officials of the 11 member countries of the region.
According to the WHO, we have controlled the communicable diseases very efficiently, but the main now our challenge is the NCD. So that was one thing we discussed with all the delegates of the region, 11 countries. And also the second item was about the SGDs.
One of the landmark decisions that was taken in this regional committee was the Colombo Declaration. This Colombo Declaration refers to strengthening health systems to accelerate delivery of NCD services at the primary healthcare level.
Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Hatton National Bank, Jonathan Allas, says it is time for Sri Lankan financial sector moving towards digitizing the transactions. He expressed these views speaking at a panel discussion held in Colombo last evening.
The danger is some of us, how I see it, is we are just converting analog transactions to digital. And we don't do anything beyond that. We are just creating analog accounts into digital accounts. But we do not reimagine the customer experience that comes about when we move into that digital transaction. It's an entirely different thing. And I don't think we have educated the customer of the new insights we gain when we get them into a digital channel.
This discussion was organized by Payment Card Industry Association of Sri Lanka. Allas also agreed that education and financial literacy are essential to ensure this model is succeeded.
Some people go just overboard, completely overboard. I don't think there is scope for that personally. I think that it's basically a fairly big hole, and you need to actually manage that hole because all of us are leading in a market where financial literacy has not got in as yet. We have not done that. We have just come in with systems, we have come in with channels, we have come in with products, and we are trying to sell. Not enough of us have done the customer side of it and gone in a measured approach in terms of trying to, get onboarding the customer, getting the customer with us, and then, trying to get the transaction through.
Central Bank says it has taken steps to further strengthen resolution measures on finance companies. Issuing a statement, Central Bank said it was able to resurrect a number of struggling finance companies successfully, and few other companies still continue in the process of resurrection at various stages. It said the latest initiative in this regard includes joint action by the government, Central Bank and Finance House Association in launching a new policy to resolve financial problems of these companies. As announced in the Government Budget 2016, the Financial Asset Management Company is to be set up in due course to help these companies to recover and manage their non-performing loans with state support in line with the model adopted by East Asian countries. The statement added, as a policy, the central bank will not issue any new licenses, and therefore licenses of existing companies will have a high market value in the future, which is a key factor encouraging new investors. General Manager CEO of Lanka Clear, Channa De Silva, says smartphone could be promoted as an important tool to popularize digital payment in Sri Lanka. He said this during an interview with Art Television.
A norm in the region is still, with all these electronic payments in this region, cashless transactions are only 2% on the retail space. So 98% are still happening on, so you go to a grocery shop, you give cash. Most of them don't accept cards. So cash based is still about 98%. So our objective is at least if we can get to 20% of that, and that's a significant volume because that money is right now outside the banks.
We are going in for a short break. Join us after this. Welcome back. The Ministry of Plantation Industries has prepared a 10-year master plan for rubber industry with the assistance of Asian Development Bank. This master plan manifests the vision of Sri Lanka's rubber industry until 2025. Addressing a workshop on coping mechanisms for low rubber price, Upali Marasinghe said that the Ministry of Plantation Industries is tasked with implementing the master plan for the rubber industry.
The implementation mechanism of the master plan has already been approved by the government also. Our next challenge is to effective implementation of the plan. For this purpose, we have proposed a public-private partnership called Sri Lanka Rubber Secretariat, which will coordinate different actors and spearhead the implementing process. This will be a forum for a continued public-private dialogue and also to introduce further adjustments to the plan in response to changing dynamics of the competition. At the ministerial level, a master plan implementation oversight committee chaired by the Secretary of the Ministry of Plantation Industries will provide directions to the Rubber Secretariat and project implementation teams.
Value addition has been identified as one of the prime objectives of this master plan. Marasinghe said that sectorial stakeholders are expected to act in a collaborative manner to achieve the objective.
The mission is to attain global competitiveness through overall performance enhancement, supply and value chain activities. Goals and objectives will be reached in accomplishing the mission through a strategic action framework which includes expansion of rubber production, rubber products market share expansion, value addition to rubber wood, workforce development, technological capability development, industry information management, strengthening medium and small manufacturing enterprise sustainability and promoting public-private partnerships.
More news after this break. Welcome back. The trading at the Colombo Stock Exchange ended the week on a mixed note today. The all share price index dipped 7.03 points to end the week at 6,495, while S&P SL 20 index recorded marginal gains to end at 3,581. The turnover exceeded 303 million rupees with over 20 million shares changing hands. Let's take a look at the day's forex rates. Now we take a look at the week's dealing room operations.
The Sri Lankan rupee ended firmer on Thursday. Spot rupee ended at 145.15 to 145.40 compared with Wednesday's close of 145.40 to 145.45. This week, the forward premiums remain at the same levels across the board. The 3-month premium traded at around 240 to 250 levels, while the 1-year premium quoted at 890 to 920 levels. Today, overnight call money rates traded at 8.36% to 8.40% levels, and overnight repo rates traded at 8.40% to 8.45% levels. Treasury bill yields of 3, 6 and 12 months decreased at the auction held on the 7th of September 2016. The 3-month yield decreased by 8.75% from 9.03%. 6 months decreased by 23 basis points to 9.71%. and 12 months decreased to 10.39% from 10.73%. The Treasury bond rate in the secondary market decreased during this week due to the high demand from the local and foreign investors. Yesterday, the 6-year maturity on the 1st of October 2022 closed around 11.25 to 11.30 levels, while on the 1st of August 2026 maturity 10-year bond ended at 12.60 to 12.65 levels.
With that, we end the State of Business for today. Join us on Monday at the same time. Good night.